Hi, welcome to another video from Talking Hands. Today I got a treat for you guys. Some people have asked for this in the comments of another one of my videos. I finally got Springfield Hellcat. This is the Springfield Armory Hellcat. I think it's their newest handgun model that they've come out with. I was looking to have like a concealed carry 9mm for a while. For me, the most important thing in terms of concealability is not actually the length of the barrel or even the length of the grip. Is the width. Like I find that the width is kind of like the biggest contributor in terms of how well something conceals. I can conceal a full size gun as long as it's very skinny. So for a while I had a Springfield XDS. It's only 1 inch wide. It is very thin. It was very easy to conceal, but the drawback of it was that it only held 6 rounds in the flush fit magazine. I had the 45 also, so that kind of made it even worse. So I was actually able to sell that and get pretty decent money for it, and I used that to buy the Hellcat. Now I know SIG came out with the P365, which is very similar. These are kind of the competing guns. It's about the same dimensions, but the magazine holds 10 rounds, which is really good in the flush fit magazine. But the Hellcat, managed to do one better. It holds 11 rounds in a flush fit magazine, so that's 11 plus 1 in the chamber is 12 rounds. That, and also the SIG has a proprietary rail. The accessory rail underneath the barrel is proprietary. That means you can't just use any accessory that fits the 1913 or the Picatinny rails. You have to buy ones made specifically for that gun, which for me, proprietary is like a long 4-letter word when it comes to guns. I like universal things that are universal, that works on everything. The Springfield Hellcat accessory rail is universal, so any accessory light laser combo, or any kind of thing that normally would go on underside of the handgun on a regular Picatinny or 1913 or accessory rail will fit on the Springfield Hellcat, which is a huge plus. So that's already two big things that made me want to stick with Springfield, and also always have very good experience with their customer service. Good customer service is a great thing, but obviously better would be if you just never need to use them at all. They did advertise for this particular gun that they have tested it out to 10,000 rounds without any malfunctions. I mean, I'm not sure if that's completely true. I won't know until I start shooting it, but if they're promising reliability, I think that's a good start. So hopefully there's at least some truth to it. So without further delay, let's go ahead and open this baby up. It's a very basic cardboard box, and underneath is, inside is like an actual soft case, which I actually like better. Those plastic boxes that have the cutouts that fit only the gun. I don't really like that, because you can't really use that for going to the range, since it only fits exactly what came with the gun and not anything else. Soft cases usually are a little bit more forgiving. You can put other stuff in it, but this is a soft case here with the gun in it, obviously. Underneath here is like a target. I guess they're proving that this thing fires, and depending on the distance, not an awesome grouping, but whatever. I'm sure he's just showing that it works. I guess this would be like the manuals and all the other stuff in here. You don't need to see all that stuff. It's not that important. And this bottom part that says accessories, I'm assuming that means there are accessories underneath here. So let me go look. Oh yeah, there's another. That's the flush fit magazine. So that means I think the other magazine's like a 13 rounder or something like that. So that one must be the one that's in the gun. And it's a different base plate to go on this one. So this one has a little pinky rest, while this one doesn't. So I guess if you want it to be even as small as possible, you change this over to this one. We'll look at that later. And then the useless gun lock, which is not even heavy enough to use as a paperweight. So this is completely useless. So we'll keep that in there. Alright, so let's put this box away. So we got the little soft case, nice logo on there. It's actually, is it embroidered, or is it just, no, it's just ironed on, I think. Anyway, so a little soft case, open it up, and there it is. A little pouch here, I guess. Maybe put spare magazine or something. Put that to the side. Let's this out of the plastic baggie. The little chamber indicator. Yeah, let me get the other magazine. Put that here. Alright, so let's get this magazine out. Chamber indicator. Of course, everything's unloaded. They didn't give me any free ammo, unfortunately. Alright, so yeah. So 13 rounds in the magazine. So 13 plus 1, 14 rounds for the extended one. And then the flush fit magazine, 11 rounds in the magazine plus 1, so 12 rounds total. So, I mean, that's not too bad for something this size. I mean, if you look at it, this is pretty much the same dimensions as the XDS. But instead of being single stack, this is actually a double stack magazine. They worked a little black magic to get everything to fit. So looking at it in first glance, the thing that I love the most, it just stands out the moment that I take it out. It's this sight right here, this front sight. It's kind of like the Trijicon HDs. So it has the night sight in the middle, and then there's a little fiber optic ring that goes around it. So it's good for daytime and nighttime. And this one has kind of like the U-notch rear, so you just kind of put the front dot inside of that U, and that's how you aim. I'm kind of more used to the 3-dot system, but I mean, a lot of people like this U system, so I'm definitely willing to give it a try. It looks pretty good, you know, for aiming. It does look like it's pretty quick to acquire. I think the XDS and also the 911 that I bought has a tactile chamber, a loaded chamber indicator. That looks like they took it out in this one. This one is just a visual one where you actually have to peek down in there, which I don't really like that too much, because I mean, if it's low light, you know, it's going to be hard to see like the little bit of brass that's in there. You know, it's kind of only good in you know, good lighting conditions. The tactile one, you know, no matter what, you can just run your finger over it and feel it when the thing sticks up. You know, that one I like better. The thing that I do like about this, it does have the front, you know, serrations on the slide, so you know, you could just do the old-fashioned press check instead. Right here in the front, like I said, that's the accessory rail. Like I mentioned before, this is going to be a universal one, so anything that normally fits on accessory rails will fit on this. It looks like takedown on this is going to be exactly the same as an XDS. Lock the slide to the rear, move this lever up, let the slide go forward, press the trigger, and the slide just comes right off. And actually, everything on the inside, this whole chassis, a lot of parts actually look straight out of the XDS. Honestly, that's not a bad thing. I'm not mentioning that as a downside, because the XDS, despite not having good ammo capacity, was a really good gun. It never jammed on me. Actually, I don't think I remember it ever having any kind of a, you know, malfunction at all. So I don't mind it. It looks like they kind of reuse the same internal design from the XDS. You know, at least from just visually, it looks the same. Just it back together. Of course, do a function check. Alright. And this grip here, you know, it looks kind of like the skateboard tape that people would kind of wrap around the grips of their guns, but obviously a little bit more professional, because it's the way it comes. But it doesn't feel as rough. It's definitely not as aggressive as skateboard tape. It's kind of similar to like the Smith & Wesson Shield M2.0, but same thing also. That one is a little more rough than this. This one actually doesn't feel as aggressive, but it does still feel pretty grippy. So, you know, no complaints there. It actually feels, you know, pretty good. Now, in terms of the base plate, yeah, I think definitely I'm probably gonna stick with this one with the pinky rest, because without this pinky rest, I mean, yeah, this is really small. Yeah, this actually feels pretty nice, and obviously with the bigger magazine, you know, even better. Actually, it's about the same with both. Yeah, it sticks about the same. Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, I'll just keep this one in there. But overall, I mean, I can't wait to shoot this thing. That's going to be the ultimate test, is shooting it. But one thing I could check out now, without actually shooting it, is to check out this trigger. Kind of forgot to test out the trigger on the XDS, but obviously still unloaded. It's kind of tricky with this little trigger safety thing, but let's see if I can get it on the right part of the trigger here. Mm, 5 pounds, 7 ounces. I mean, that's not too bad actually. £5, 10 ounces. So yeah, I mean that's seems to be about where it is. Compare that to something like a 1911, which we all know have really good triggers. Ooh, 3 pounds, 15 ounces. Do that one more time just in case. Yep, 3 pounds, 12 ounces. Yeah, so it's like 2 pounds heavier than a 1911, but still under 6 pounds for this type of trigger on a polymer gun is honestly not too bad. I'll have to try out some other ones to test it out, but I always remember them being a little bit, you know, any kind of triggers like this are usually a little bit on the heavy side. There's a little bit of creep though. It's not like a you know, breaking a glass rod like a 1911. You see that see, it stops at this wall, and then there's a little bit of creep there if you can see it. See, well, yeah, not a little bit. That's quite a bit of creep, but it doesn't take a lot of pressure though. It is actually very, very soft. Yeah, no, I can't wait to shoot this thing. I think it'll shoot very nicely. But that's it for the unboxing. I know it's been a while since my last video, so definitely wanted to make this video now that I have this. And as soon as I can get my hands on some ammo, you know, now the situation going on, that's kind of hard. But as soon as I do, I definitely want to make some videos of me shooting this thing. But that's it. If you enjoyed this video and you want to know when I upload my actual full review, which, you know, obviously will have to include shooting it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, hit the little bell so that you're notified when I do upload it. And I probably will be uploading a couple other videos related to this gun, you know, either before the review or after the review. So definitely keep watching. Thank you for watching the video, and have a good day.